Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to draw a parabola using just a straight edge of any kind and a pencil. Okay? So the first thing you need to do when you're drawing a parabola is to draw a straight line. And I'm going to do that actually with a darker pen. So let me just go ahead and do that. So here's my straight edge. Here's my straight line. And that straight line is actually called a directrix. Let me write that out for you. A directrix. D-I-R-E-C-T-R-I-X. Directrix. The second thing you need to do is to actually just draw a point. Okay, so let's just draw a point anywhere nearby, and let's just do that. Okay, now that point, okay, is called the focus. All right, and again, let me just write that out for you. And I'm going to put it down here, focus. Now, the definition of a parabola is any point that is an equal distance between, or let me just say it again, it's an equal distance from the directrix and the focus. Okay, so any point that is an equal distance from the directrix and the focus. Now, what would be a good example of that? Well, if I just went halfway in between, for example, here and there, right? So let me just do that. I can see that's the distance there. If I were to just do exactly half of that, that's like the vertex of my parabola. Okay, that one little spot right there. So let me just do that. That one little point is called the vertex. Now what I want to do is I want to find all the other points that are also the same distance on either side, right? So like for example, if I took that distance and that distance right there, they would be exactly the same. Now, what I would do with my straight edge is to just choose like a distance. Let's just do that part right there, okay? And I'm just going to arbitrarily choose that point, and it's that distance away from the directrix. Now I also want that point to be the exact same distance, so let me just pivot over here, from the focus, and sure enough I got lucky and I picked a point that was exactly the same distance. So this is going to be one of the points that's on my parabola, and I want to do that exact same point opposite here. Let me just see if I can make it work perfectly. So I'm going to choose that point. Now let me just pivot and make sure that that same point is exactly the same distance from the directrix, and sure enough it is. So now I have this point and this point and this point that are all equidistant from the directrix and the focus. So now I'm just going to go back to my straight edge, and I notice I'm using pretty much a pencil because I'm going to be erasing some stuff here. Let's try another distance. How about this one right here? So that whole distance. Now let me just choose an arbitrary point. So I'm going from here to here. Now I want that distance to be the same as this distance. Let's see if that's true. Wow, not quite, right? So it's a little bit off. All right, but it's actually not too bad. So let me just try that. And let me try that, and you can see that it's not quite the same. So I'm just going to choose that little point right there. Now notice I'm trying to be as precise as possible. This is a game of precision. So that and that are pretty much the same distance. Looks like I just need to move over just a tidge. And there we go. So now I have a third point, all right, on that side. And again, I'm just going to do a cross like this and see if I can just get the same kind of symmetry going. Now I said something important there. I said symmetry, right? Remember that through the vertex you can actually draw an axis of symmetry. And that pretty much means that anything on this side of the line is reflected over to that side of the line. Now look what I've got. You can start to see the beginning of my parabola. So here, whoops, not too bad there, right? So there's that, and then let's see if I can make it work on this side as well. All right, so I've started to create a parabola, and each of these points should be the exact same distance from here to here and there to there. All right, so just be a little bit patient with this. I suggest, again, using a pencil, using a straight edge, just marking off a distance, and then just keep on working it until you get the exact same distance between, again, remember, the focus and the directrix. Hope that was helpful.